There's a point in time where you have to accept the facts. Get rid of that old hunk of metal that you call a TV and look for a proper upgrade. And it just so happens that I have a secret for you, media freaks and console gaming fanatics, but you're gonna have to watch the rest of the video to find out exactly what that secret is. But I will give you a hint, it involves saving a ton of cash on your car insurance. It means saving a ton of cash on your next TV upgrade. The Q80T here, one of my favorite gaming TVs, is being discontinued for the all-new Q80A by Samsung. With inventory being a bit low and new models incoming to the stores right now, you may be debating similar models or different brands with new incoming inventory. I'm here to tell you exactly what to look for while you're on the path to finding that best new TV that money can buy. Well, at least within your budget. I just want to give you guys a quick tip here before the end, just so you know, as model year refreshes for each TV brand, they tend to actually remove features and tech specs within those models. So keep an eye out for slippery moves like that between Samsung, Sony, and LG. So when you're clicking through websites and articles, keep an eye out for these 6 features for your next TV. I'll also point out that there are about 20 plus technologies within each of these feature sets that make your TV purchase worthwhile. So pay attention, here's all 6 of those features. This is really the reason I bought the Q80T here. It features auto low latency mode, FreeSync Premium, and HDMI 2.1 for that 4K 120Hz capability. For console gamers, those features are a must-have, and you can't take full advantage of your Xbox Series X or PS5 without HDMI 2.1, which, as I said, allows that 4K resolution at 120Hz refresh rate. It also allows HDR in-game and variable refresh rate all at the same time. So what the heck is variable refresh rate and FreeSync, and why would you use it? So variable refresh rate adjusts your TV or your display based on the incoming frames that it's receiving from your console. So for example, there's a lot of people on the internet saying, hey, well, the Xbox Series X only gets 80 to 100 frames per second in game because the performance isn't as good as a PC, so it can't actually hit 120 Hertz. Well, you can tell them to go suck it, because you have variable refresh rate, which is actually going to adjust based on those frame rates coming in, so you're not going to experience a bunch of screen tearing and ghosting. No, it may not hit 120 Hertz all the time, but it will perform really well and you won't experience lag when it doesn't. So auto low latency mode is highly important. It actually takes that input signal that you're sending from your controller to the console to the TV and speeds it up fast. Like this TV's like 10 milliseconds fast. That's pretty dang good for a TV, considering just a few years ago it was like 40 milliseconds, and there was massive delay, especially on a larger screen, because you can perceive that delay on a larger screen much easier than you can on, say, like a 24 to 27 inch gaming monitor. All right, media geeks, you need to listen up. This is the biggest innovation in displays for everyday individuals since the invention of a color TV. And you may not think so yet, but wait until you experience a Dolby Vision or HDR10 Plus movie in your home on a 65-inch like this guy. 4K resolutions mean absolutely nothing compared to HDR. For example, 4K is 4 times a 1080p resolution. To put that into perspective, true 10-bit HDR is 75 times more color than your standard SDR 8-bit TV. That's 1.2 billion shades of color. Don't argue, facts don't care about your feelings here. Now, when you see these buzzwords like motion plus or motion accelerator or true motion, just ignore everything that precedes it. You want a native refresh rate rating. which in this case, I'm urging you strongly to look at 120 Hertz. Here's why. The Hertz rating of a TV is what determines how quickly or often the TV refreshes the image being displayed, like here, right? When watching anything with fast motion, i.e. sports, action movies, or new TV series, you can actually experience motion blur at lower refresh rates because it can't refresh fast enough to display the next image. Even if it can, some frames may be dropped in the process. You may not notice it now using a 60 Hertz refresh rate panel, but when you double your effective refresh rate to 120 Hertz, that sporting channel or game won't come in nearly as blurry or choppy, I guarantee it. Now, I do have to mention, while most high motion rate TV series and movies are capped at 60 FPS right now, this is especially crucial for gaming on next-gen consoles with HDMI 2.1 and for staying up to date for the next 5 years as Hollywood, game developers, and streaming platforms update their content with new technologies. So don't get left behind here. I know this sounds kind of lame, no pun intended, but it stands for Enhanced Audio Return Channel. And if you are looking at anything sound related, this is a feature you need to have. It allows for an advanced connection between audio devices such as soundbars and audio video receivers to your TV. Think smart home status, like only needing to press one single button and everything just turns on to the volume you intend on the first try with just that one single remote, like this one right here. That is what eARC is for. It ditches old analog cables and extra wires. It supplies audio in uncompressed 7.1 and improves on previous digital audio connections by a long shot. Okay, I did an entire video on HDMI 2.1, and sure, it's a bit boring, but just in case you want to check it out and know all the benefits of HDMI 2.1, I'll link it down below for you guys to check out. It definitely has some good facts in it. But to sum up the advantages here, my number one most important reason to get this technology is simply because it is where all advancements in TV and movie capabilities will lie. For example, dynamic HDR, auto low latency mode, quick frame transport, high refresh rate. Those are just some of the big advancements of this technology. And to be honest, you can't afford to change your TV out every single year as these technologies grow. Now, probably one of the most crucial is going to be edge lit versus direct lit versus direct full array versus micro/nano LED versus OLED. Wow, that's a lot of different technologies there. Just do or imagine this test for me. Take a flashlight and a piece of paper. Now, shine that flashlight from left to right across that piece of paper. Now, shine it directly in front of that piece of paper. Okay, now take 500 flashlights and shine it directly in front of that piece of paper. Now 30,000. Now 8.2 million. Those are a lot of the capabilities between direct full array all the way up to OLED that has 8.2 million pixels on it or so, and each one is a source of light. But you get the idea here. This is exactly how TVs are made to work, to a degree. Like this Q80T here has about 300 zones of lighting. But to compare that, edge lit can only produce so much light and so much darkness at the same time. With more lights, you can have more areas that are bright while more areas are perfectly black. But why does this matter? If you want a picture worth looking at for the bundle of cash you're about to expel from your pocket, I would suggest you at least care about the quality of picture you're buying. Or I can make you a little flashlight puppet box and you can give me the cash you plan to spend. The reality is that more lights, like explained here in these pictures, with the right control, give you a higher contrast ratio for your TV. And when you watch shows like Game of Thrones, you won't be pausing every 2 seconds to brighten that picture while trying to make out the Night King and his horribly impossible to see army, but I could see it on my OLED. And most importantly, we're coming to price. And that's the reason I made this video, because like you, I care about how much I spend on the gear that I buy. So what did I pay for this TV, and why is now the best time to buy a TV and not during the holiday madness deals? Well, it's pretty simple, you guys. It's because right now is TV season. It's like the screener season for bootleg movies or open box deals at Best Buy, but every TV is open box and negotiable.
Wow.
So here is the bottom line and the big secret of the TV industry. TV manufacturers will cut out some of the biggest technologies in their next year models of the same exact TV to save cost and position the TV to you as the same exact thing. Take this Q80T here, for example. This 2020 version has about what they call 12x the direct full array lighting and award-winning anti-glare over the screen itself. But the Q80A, the 2021 version, has the 8x direct full array lighting and no anti-glare mentioned in the specs at all. Yet the price for both of them is exactly the same. When new models launch and the brands actually discontinue their previous model years, all price protection is off the table. I don't know if you heard me on that one, but price protection's off the table, guys. You can find places like Crutchfield, Amazon, B&H Photo, and much more running deals to get rid of that final stock before the new TVs land. But keep a special eye open for the open box deals and dent and scratch models. That is where you'll find deep discounts. And this only happens this time of the year. And just for reference, I'm talking upwards of 40% off if you find the right deal. And if you don't believe me, just keep watching as April approaches and definitely into May. So there you are. I found a way to take a 1-year-old TV, this guy here, the Q80T, and give you some relevant information about your buying decision that you can use every single year. Take that, Artings. Or is it ratings? I don't know. I'm not sure, don't know, don't care. I do have to say thanks for stumbling onto this video. I hope it helped you in some way. Comment below if you are planning to buy a TV and what model you're looking at. I can definitely give you some insight there and help the process along. But otherwise, you guys, there is going to be another video playing here on the other side of me. It's a playlist. It has tons of content on the channel, very helpful guides, how-tos, what you should be looking at for consoles and gaming monitors and PCs. So go check it out, click that playlist, and I'll catch you in the next video.